This is Shine Valentine back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about JUSSIE SMOLLETT and this whole situation. And you all probably already know JUSSIE and a guy who played on Empire. I don't know if he's still on there or whatever, and I did a video about him previously. And this is an update, and a subscriber wanted me to do this video. This is a request, so shout out to that subscriber. But I didn't plan on doing an update because honestly, you all, this case has had so many ups and downs that it's one of those cases where what you thought was true in the beginning ends up not being true in the end, and then you change your mind 50 times. So when JUSSIE first came out and said that he was attacked by two people that were part of the organization called MAGA, M-A-G-A. I think it means Make America Great Again. He claimed they put a noose around his neck. They called him the N-word, said homophobic slurs to him. All this is supposedly happened while he was going out in the wee hours to get a Subway sandwich. And during a really cold day in Chicago, mind you. So everyone felt bad for him and everything. Then it came out allegedly that he paid two Nigerian brothers who I know one was in one of the episodes on Empire. I think it's when Lucius was in jail, and one of the Nigerian brothers in the background as an inmate. And so JUSSIE knew them through work, and allegedly these brothers said that JUSSIE paid them, I think, $3,500 to do this. They said they practiced the assault. He told them what to do, how to do it. Allegedly, actually I seen footage of them at, I think, Target or some store getting the items. Because I think he also said that bleach was thrown on him. And so they said, well, this is us getting the items and all that. So fast forward that. JUSSIE was charged with 16 counts of felony. Okay, so everybody who thought he was innocent at first felt that he was lying. Now they claim that he did this because he wanted a salary from Empire. He just wanted attention. Allegedly, before this attack happened, a letter was sent to him at work on the set of Empire, and they claim that he sent the letter to himself or something, and that it didn't get the attention that he wanted. So allegedly he upped the ante and then hired these two Nigerian gentlemen and staged this whole thing. So people went from feeling that he was innocent to that he was guilty. Now the charges have been dropped, everybody. Now I know you all have probably seen 100 videos about this. Okay, the charges have been dropped. So everybody's wondering what's going on. Let me first say that I am like you, meaning I'm on the outside looking in. This whole case from the beginning has been weird to me. So anything that I'm saying as far as why I think the charges were dropped and all that is going to be based upon opinion, because I honestly don't know what's going on here. It is some weird stuff going on here from the very beginning. It's just odd. Okay, and in my previous video about him, I did say that I do not think he should do jail time because other people have wasted police times. What do I mean police times? Other people have wasted the police time, and it's late, y'all, and they have done things to there have been times where people knew they were at fault, okay, and pretended like they wasn't, and then led the police on a wild goose chase. Okay, I know personally, but I know it was a woman, a white woman, and I think she murdered her kids, and then she told the police some crap, and had them looking for her kids in the woods and all that. She knew where they were the whole time because she murdered them. Okay, so unfortunately people do things like this, and no, JUSSIE didn't murder anyone. Okay, so they send the police on a wild goose chase and everything. So I do not feel that he should get jail time for that. I never did, and apparently he's not. But this is just weird that all the charges were dropped, and also to me it was weird that he was charged with 16 counts of felony. See, both of these are to the extreme to me. 16 counts of felony for staging a fake attack on yourself, and then at the same time all the charges getting dropped. and no one knows why. Now, it says, what exactly happened in court just before the charges were dropped remains unknown, as all records pertaining to the case have been sealed. Again, the article says, what exactly happened in court just before the charges were dropped remains unknown, as all records pertaining to the case have been sealed. So to me, what that means is that we're never going to know why the charges were dropped. We're never going to know why. Okay, so this is going to be all people making videos. It's all about opinions. Okay, and that's okay. Opinions are fine, but we're on the outside looking in. We don't really know. Okay, why these charges were dropped. Just like I don't feel like he should have been charged with 16 counts of felony. I mean, what now? The Chicago police were very upset at him because they felt that he was making the city seem unsafe. Chicago is very unsafe. So, but anyway, and they were very upset at him. So I'm thinking that's why he was charged with 16 counts of felony, because they want to make an example out of him. But this is odd to me, everyone, that all the charges were dropped. It's just they had all this so-called evidence on him. All of it gets dropped. So it is a couple updates, right? So it says Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx defended her office decision to drop charges against Empire actor JUSSIE. So the Cook County State's Attorney Kim defended her office decision to drop the charges against Empire actor JUSSIE. Okay. But they're not telling us why they dropped the charges. Okay? See, this doesn't, I mean, like I said, they went extreme charges, man, with 16 counts of felony anyway. Okay? And then now they just drop all the charges and no one knows what happened. Now it says all charges against him were dropped Tuesday in exchange for community service. And I think he had to forfeit his $10,000 bond payment. Okay. So, I mean, he got off pretty easy, right? Now, but that's not the half of it. So there's been an update. I'm going to get to it right now because I don't want to have fake news, as they say. So it says the city of Chicago has sent a letter to the attorneys representing JUSSIE, asking that the Empire actor pay $130,000 to offset the cost of the investigation of the attack he reported in January. Again, the city of Chicago basically wants $130,000 from JUSSIE. Okay. And they want this money because the charges have been dropped. And the city of Chicago, I guess, didn't want the charges dropped. And so, you know, look, I'm not an attorney. Obviously, I'm not an attorney. But the charges were dropped. That was a decision that was made. Okay. By the state's attorney. Okay. But yet, the city of Chicago wants him to pay them $130,000. Okay, because of the man hours and that was used to investigate this so-called fake attack. So they believe that he did it. So why were the charges dropped, everybody? Okay, and then let's continue. People have really been on the lady, the state attorney Kim. They have really been on her butt, and they want to know why the charges were dropped, and they're not letting anybody know why. They know she's not telling why. And she claimed that JUSSIE did not receive any special treatment. Okay, she claimed he didn't, but people were saying, okay, it seems like he did get special treatment because people who were accused of similar things or had that amount of felonies, that amount of charges placed on them, did not just get them dropped like that. Like, people wanted her to give them examples of someone having a similar case as his. Maybe not a person lying about getting attacked if he lied, but similar to having that many charges on them and it just all getting dropped and it just gets dropped. They wanted to know why they got dropped. Okay. Now, to continue, And this article, it mentioned Donald Trump. So something they said basically, okay, so it's saying that the FBI and DOJ need to review the outrageous JUSSIE case in Chicago. It is an embarrassment to our nation. That's what Trump said. Okay. So they might be bringing in the FBI. And don't quote me on that. Okay, don't quote me on that. They might be bringing them in, and to find out what happened and why the charges were dropped. So look, let me get to it. What do I think? I just want to give you all a backstory and a little update. Sorry I had to read some of that, but yeah. So what do I think? I honestly don't know what has happened. I don't know if this was a plot that Jussie had with some people on a set of Empire, like Lee Daniels or some other people, and they planned this and said, well, you know, this is going to help give us ratings, because their ratings have dropped. A lot of people are not watching Empire the way they used to, and I think they're about to get off air anyway. Aren't they off of the air now? I don't know, after this incident. But I do not, for one, my opinion, I do not feel like Jussie worked alone in this. Even if he got the Nigerian dudes to help him. Okay, so let's just say, let's pretend he set this whole thing up and he had the Nigerian guys to help him. I still don't think that just the three of them were the only people involved. I do not feel like that at all. I feel like a lot of people were involved. And it's more than just Jussie and those two Nigerians. It's more people involved. Number one, for them to drop those charges, first of all, for them to put those many charges on him is a joke. Somebody just was really upset. I guess the city of Chicago just really mad because they say he made the city look bad. Okay. And then for them just to drop all the charges like that, and the records are sealed, we would never know what happened in court and why they were dropped, is very strange. And I might be saying this wrong, because it says what exactly happened in court just before the charges were dropped remains unknown. So you all might know why they were dropped. And if you know why the charges were dropped, can you please comment below? From my understanding, I think they were dropped. I guess they didn't have enough evidence to charge him with those things. I mean, pretty much common sense, but I'm looking for more explanation. I mean, okay, you don't have enough evidence then, but you had evidence to charge him with these things, but the evidence you couldn't. Well, I'm confused. So anybody knows what happened? Because obviously I wasn't in court to know what the hell happened. And like I said here, what exactly happened in court just before the charges were dropped remains unknown, as all records pertaining to the case have been sealed. Okay. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that's involved in the court system and things like that. But I feel that more than him and these Nigerian men were involved. It wasn't just Jussie and these two Nigerian men. Trust me, it was more people involved. And I feel that ultimately the charges were dropped because somebody got paid off. I feel it all goes back to money. I'm not saying all this happened because of money. Okay, I'm saying that at this point, for things to get dropped and for Donald Trump to say this is embarrassing, what is going on, you know, the FBI needs to investigate this. Okay, I feel somebody was paid off. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Somebody was paid off. I don't know who was paid off. Okay, but somebody got a pay off and made it to where they dropped the charges on him. Now, the city of Chicago says they want $130,000 from Jussie because of the man hours that was put into investigating this so-called fake attack. But this was they're saying they sent that letter to Jussie's attorney saying that they would like for him to offset the cost of the investigation by giving them $130,000. Is that a request? Is that a please? I mean, it seems like the ball is in his court, and somebody got paid off. That's what I think. Since this whole case is weird from the very beginning. It's been ups and downs. First, everybody thought he was innocent. Then they thought he was guilty. Now the charge has been dropped. Now you're like, okay, was he innocent the whole time? No, it's too many twists and turns. That's why stuff like this, sometimes I don't want to even talk about it, because it's it has you in the beginning thinking one thing, and at the end you're thinking something else. Okay, and that's why usually I don't read from articles while I'm talking. And I read this article before I decided to do this video, but this whole thing to me, I'm trying to piece all this together, and it just, so the charges, and maybe I misspoke in the beginning of this video. Maybe you all know why the charges were dropped, but what it seems like they said, whatever happened in court right before the charges were dropped, we're not privy to, because the records are sealed. But I'm just going to assume, okay, they didn't have enough evidence to make the charges stick, right? But which is odd, because they felt they had enough evidence to charge him with 16 counts of felony. Okay, but then they drop, that's what I'm talking about. This is just weird. And like I said, the state attorney, Kim Fox, she defended her office decision to drop all charges. And people wondering, okay, they still don't understand. So someone got paid off. That's what I believe. That's just my opinion. So what do you all believe happened? You can put in the comment section. I believe more. So let me go over this again. This is what I believe. I believe that Jussie, I don't know if people might say, do you believe if he's innocent, that he's innocent or guilty? I can't even, this story is just too crazy for me. It's too many ups and downs. What I believe is that whether they planned it or this, okay, what I believe, if the Nigerians, and they have proof on camera that they did this to him, obviously they planned it. Because why would these two Nigerians, that just don't make any sense. So if it's true, and they have the footage that the two Nigerians actually did that to him, these was the two Make America Great Again people, okay, then obviously, they were in cahoots together. Okay, so I believe him and the Nigerians were in cahoots together, but I do not believe they're the only people that are involved in this whole thing. Okay, it's other people involved. That's what I believe, number one. Number two, I think the charges were dropped because somebody got paid off. That's all. Somebody with some money, somebody higher up, something's going on. Somebody got paid off. Okay, either paid off or scared and was threatened. And because this is just weird. This is weird. Okay, this is just y'all had all this evidence and you charged them and you exaggerated things and charged them with 16 counts of felonies, and then you turn around and just drop the charges. All 16, not even one can stick. That's very odd to me. This doesn't make any sense. Does this make sense to y'all? I mean, am I the only one that's confused here? This is the weirdest case ever. Like, I have never in my life experienced the case where in the beginning the person seen, and yeah, I'm pretty sure there's been other cases like this, but it hasn't been any recently where a person came off so innocent. I ain't gonna say he came off so innocent, but came off innocent, okay, and then all this stuff comes out that this person is allegedly lying. Then they get charged with a lot of counts where you like a lot of they get hit with a lot of charges. Yeah, it says 16 charged with 16 counts of felony. They get hit with all these counts of right, of felony, which is so extreme, and then it's all dropped. No, this is too much. This is a game. I feel like they're playing with our intelligence at this point, and it's just silly. I feel it was more than him and the Nigerian dudes. It's more than just him and them that were involved in this, and somebody got paid off. Okay, somebody got paid off and convinced them to drop those charges. Either they scared them, intimidated them, and or paid them off. Either they paid, I think money still was involved. Money was paid and intimidation. That's what I think. So leave your comment below. Have a great day.